Our next inductee tonight really does have a really large stack of note cards. He showed them to me when he walked in tonight. He provided us so many great thrills as a Razorback basketball player. Never met a shot he didn't like. Came from Massachusetts to Arkansas, found a second home. Let's turn our attention to the video board as we welcome Pat Bradley.
I'm the closer, winner. Best when under pressure with seconds left for sure.
A shooting star from Everett, Massachusetts, Pat Bradley caught head coach Nolan Richardson's eye when he hit 7 3-pointers in an AAU Summer League game. And as they say, the rest is history. A 4-year letterman from 1996 through 99, Bradley earned all SEC honors in 1997 and 1998, and was also named an honorable mention All-America.
Sometimes and Bradley nails a three falling down. Flanagan went to help.
He was a prolific scorer for the Razorbacks, ranking 5th on Arkansas's career scoring list with 1,765 points. Pat led the Razorbacks in scoring in 1997, 98, and 99. He was deadly from three-point range, hitting 40% of his shots from beyond the arc. Bradley holds the school record for career three-pointers made with 366, and is 11th on Arkansas's career field goals made list with a total of 576.
Bradley's warming up now.
He led the Razorbacks in free throw shooting all 4 years. His .858 career free throw percentage is the 3rd best in school history. Pat held the SEC record for career three-pointers attempted and made until 2008, and still ranks among the top 5 all time. Bradley was a pure shooter who could play Nolan Richardson's defense. Pat had many memorable games, but his final game on senior night in Bud Walton Arena perhaps was the most exciting. In front of a wild Razorback crowd, Bradley hit 5 three-pointers and finished with 23 points as the Razorbacks defeated second-ranked Auburn 104-88. During his career, Pat led the Razorbacks to 86 victories and 3 NCAA tournament appearances. Upon graduating from Arkansas, Bradley played professionally in both Denmark and France, and in 2004 came back to play and coach for the Arkansas Rimrockers. Making Arkansas his home now, Bradley has become a successful radio and television personality in the Little Rock area. And tonight, it is a pleasure to welcome one of the Razorbacks' all-time great shooters, Pat Bradley, into the University of Arkansas Sports Hall of Honor.
It's tough. It's tough to replace that crowd. You know, I know, right? This man over here, he told me. He said he's supposed to be up here cracking jokes and not getting emotional. But it's tough not to. Looking at that and knowing just how many people helped me get to where I am. Of course, like everybody, I want to thank Everett Buick and GMC, though. I won't forget that. Because I do appreciate riding around in style. Almost like my man U.S. Reed. I want to thank the foundation, of course, the chancellor, and for last night, and I didn't realize one of the top sports talk radio fans, his wife Jane, which is very nice to have met you guys, talk with you, and Jeff, appreciate you, Jeff Long, and of course Sean Rochelle, and the rest of the folks that have helped make this a fantastic time. I want to congratulate all the other inductees. Congratulations. You guys have certainly fantastic job, and look at these videos. It kind of brings back a lot of memories and people that I have met, and how excited I am to be here. Tonight's program, as you saw, has 9 inductees. And when I look out on this crowd, I see a whole lot of other people that I want to come in with me. There's been a whole lot of people who have helped me get to where I am. I wouldn't be here without those people. And it is sort of unlikely. I look at myself as being an unlikely person in this induction ceremony. I got the shortest bio. I know you all have the program there. You can just read it. The less lines to describe everything that I've did than anybody else that's been up here is number one. And Coach Richardson likes to talk about how part of my recruiting process went. And when he first called my house, my father answered the phone. And he said, Coach Richardson said, "This is Coach Richardson, University of Arkansas. I want to talk to you about recruiting your son." And my father looked at the phone and said, "Pat, one of your friends is pranking you again." I see that parallel when Marvin Caston called me. I looked at the phone, I said, "This has got to be a prank, Marvin. You cannot be asking me to come into this Hall of Fame. I feel like I'm an unlikely inductee." I mean, even Shamika Christian was grabbing the rim in jeans in the 8th grade. Are you kidding me? I could never do that, Coach, after 4 years at university. A lot of people do talk about and make a lot about me being from Massachusetts. And it was August 30th, 1995. My mother and my father, we were sitting at AQ Chicken. I can remember the table we were at. And I said, "Guys, I just don't think this is going to work out. This is my freshman year." I said, I mean, you got overalls, you get the funny words that they're using, there's livestock on campus. It's just not going to work out for me. And my father looked at me, he said, "You know what? Well, you know what they're saying back home? They said you wouldn't last a week." And so it's been 19 years. They hadn't got rid of me yet, right here, right? Appreciate it. My man Justin Acree likes to say, I'm an Arkansan by choice. Maybe not by chance, but certainly by choice. And my mother is here, and she's one of the most faithful people you're ever going to meet. As a matter of fact, in the hotel room before here, she was praying on me and got the oil, anointed me and everything, make sure everything went smooth. I know she thought I was going to trip on the way over here. And I can remember when I was getting recruited, before I signed on the dotted line, she came to me and said, "Pat, I've been praying about where you should go to college, and I think you should go to Arkansas." And then I could hear my father in the background say, "Yeah, he's going to Arkansas. They just won the national championship. Where else do you think he's going?" But power of prayer, power of prayer. And of course, my father's one of the most consistently hardworking guys I ever met. And I appreciate him for passing that on. And my brother's is one of the toughest guys, and he's a fighter, and he's stuck up for me a lot. And my little sister, I'm so proud of her, Samantha. We dragged her. She's 12 years young. We've dragged her to so many games. Every spring break was an SEC tournament for that poor girl. And of course, my buddy Gino Cavino, known him since the 1st grade. You don't want to know what he's taught me. That's for sure. But, you know, there's a special guy, Coach Richardson. He changed my life. He changed my life. And it was an unlikely pair, some would say. Maybe just by looking at us. But he gave me an opportunity. And he told me one of the first times I talked to him, he said, "You can give a kid a fish and you can feed him for a day, or you can teach him how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime." And he taught me. He continues to teach me. And how he got me here, well, it wasn't that difficult, I guess, but we went over his house. And he had this big, huge plate of ribs, I mean, tons of them. And I had so many bones, Coach, I piled them up and you couldn't see my face. And he brought me outside. He said, "Are you having a good time here, son?" I said, "Yes, sir." He says, "Would you like to come back and see us?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, you just committed. Call your mother, call your father, and tell you you're coming to the University of Arkansas." I said, "Count me in, Coach. Where do I sign? Do I get more ribs?" He said, "Absolutely, Pat. Absolutely. As much as you want." He is a unique guy, and I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed. I can't believe I can call this man and stay in touch with him and talk with him. He's a game changer. He's a world changer. He's a life changer. He's done it for me. I know Coach Anderson is here, and it's the same thing. Coach Anderson, I got so much respect for him. He was the lead recruiter, and it didn't take much, but he was there. And Coach Anderson has so much discipline. I got so much respect for him. He is the guy who you would lead into anything. And I appreciate you, Coach Anderson, and Coach Richardson. And Mrs. Anderson, you dress him very nice, too, and we appreciate that. Best dressed coach in the country. I'm not here without these two guys, no question. I want to thank Larry and Janet Crane. I appreciate those. They brought me back when they started a team called the Rim Rockers. You saw that defensive pose I had. They caught that one time, Coach. They caught that. But I appreciate them for bringing me back. And it didn't stop there. Again, I'm so fortunate being the business I'm in now with the radio down in Little Rock. It was another opportunity given to me. Now my good buddy, Justin Acree. Who would think that a guy with no radio experience, he's got a really dumb accent, nobody really can understand what he says, but he's on the radio. And occasionally, I can't believe we get paid for saying some really dumb things. And Rick Ramsey knows what I'm talking about, which I apologize, by the way. I also want to thank the Johnsons, and who own the radio station, and David Basil is here, who's been a great mentor to me, and some of the other Buzz guys are here. Trey and Rick Schaefer is here as well. Those guys have lifted me up, and I want it to be about everybody that has helped me. Also here tonight, me and the Creamer, Marty Newberry, my buddy. The Brewers are here, Hall of Famer. Ron Brewer, soon to be Hall of Famer, Ron Brewer Jr. Dave England, my man, put up with so much. I appreciate you. Taping my ankles all the way to my knees just so that my mother would think that I was okay. Scotty Thurman, who's a guy, another Hall of Fame inductee who set that bar. T.J. Cleveland's here, another guy that I played with. I appreciate Coach Watkins, all you guys here. Tonight for me is a way to say thank you to everybody. Thank you. This is a very unlikely moment. I never dreamed I'd be in this situation, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. I want to leave this with everybody because I do believe in the power of positive thinking and great things are going to happen. Limits like fears are often just an illusion. I love you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Pat.
There you go. There's my interpreter.